Once again, we have President Zelensky visiting the White House today. Is he looking for peace or is he looking to continue his war with President Putin? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, because this look like the story of never ending. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Military Insider. Before we look at this from President Zelensky and President Trump, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And let's jump right into Zelensky read his list of promises to win over Trump on weapons. This report was yesterday. As you know, his visit to the White House was today. Apparently, he's looking to get the United States involvement to provide more Tomahawks or missiles or air defense to be able to defend themselves. But as you know, President Trump last week just finished a peace deal with the Middle East between the Hamas and Israel, and I'm pretty sure President Trump is looking for peace between Ukraine and Russia. So I don't know what's going on with Zelensky. I don't know if he really wants to make a peace deal or he wants to continue this nonsense war. But let's see what we got here. So this is from yesterday. It says Ukraine is getting creative in seeking U.S. help for its war effort, with some suggesting President Trump may turn his full attention to pressuring Russia now that he secured a deal in Gaza. Volodymyr Zelensky will be meeting the U.S. leader at the White House on Friday today to discuss air defense, long-range weaponry, and urgent energy assistance as Moscow intensifies strikes on its water and gas infrastructure before winter. Okay, I need to get something clear here. Does he knows the government is shut down? What are we doing? Why he's here asking for more money or more missiles to keep fighting Russia? When are we going to finish this war? My goodness. Right now we are in the middle of a government shutdown and we still talking about Ukraine. I don't know what's going on. I'm hoping President Trump discuss something with President Putin about this, because I'm hoping this story, they put an end to this story. 9 months into Trump's second presidency, the conflict in Ukraine has become a war of exhaustion, with Russia suffering heavy losses for minimal advances on the battlefield and both sides using long-range strikes in a bid to undermine the morale of their enemies. Zelensky is seeking to capitalize on Trump's frustration with Russia. Vladimir Putin, after a series of conversations, failed to deliver any meaningful progress toward ending the war. Ahead of the visit, Zelensky, third since Trump took office, Ukrainian officials have offered to share expertise in drone technology and production in exchange for badly needed supplies of U.S. weapons and energy. If you ask me, I think Zelensky still wants to keep fighting against Putin, financed by the United States. This is a complete nonsense. I think they should put a end to this nonsense war. I think we have enough. I think we've had enough with these guys. I think it's time for them to I don't know, to finish it, because we keep sending them money and weapons, and now we're in the middle of the government shutdown. What are we doing? This came out today. Trump says tremendous bad blood between Zelensky, Putin delaying peace deals despite Middle East momentum. Pretty much he's referring to the momentum this administration had between Israel and Hamas, that finally they came up with the peace agreement, and hopefully stay that way. Let's see. Trump says we need Tomahawks and we need a lot of other things that we've been sending over the last 4 years to Ukraine. President Donald Trump said Friday that tremendous bad blood between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Russian President Vladimir Putin is delaying a peace deal in Ukraine despite the administration's recent victory with calming tension in Gaza. That's what I was referring to earlier when I said about the momentum this administration had between getting that peace deal done between Gaza and the Hamas, Israel and the Hamas. This is pretty much what President Trump said today. They have tremendous bad blood. It's really is what is holding up. I think a settlement. I think we're going to get it done, and we have to make it long-lasting, as I said in the Middle East, everlasting. Trump said Friday as he hosted Zelensky at the White House. He also talked about the Middle East, saying that it's much more complicated situation. You have 59 countries involved, and every one of them agreed. And it's sort of amazing. Most people didn't think that was doable. This is going to be something I really believe that's going to get it done. I had a very good talk yesterday with President Putin. I think he wants to get it done. Trump added, I really don't understand this conversation that President Trump have been having with President Putin, saying that they want to get the peace deal done between them two, but then you get President Zelensky here asking for weapons and money to keep fighting Putin. Are we gonna do a peace deal? Are we gonna keep fighting Putin? What are we doing? Is the United States gonna keep financing this war? We need to put an end to this ASAP. All right, so this was today during the meeting.
President Putin wants to end the war, or I wouldn't be talking this way. I think he wants to end the war. I spoke to him yesterday for 2.5 hours. We went through a lot of details. He wants to get it ended. I think that President Zelensky wants to get it ended. Now we have to get it done.
You see, that both of them, they're saying that they want to get it ended, but then you got Zelensky here asking for more money and more weapons to keep fighting. I really don't understand this.
Because it's a leader that we like. We like Viktor Orban. He likes him, I like him. It's a country that's a safe country. Done a very good job. He's been a very good leader in the sense of running his country. He doesn't have a lot of the problems that other countries have. And so we've decided that we'll be going to be with Viktor Orban, and I think he'll be a very good host.
As you know, President Trump and President Putin, they have a meeting in Hungary in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully they can talk about a peace deal between Ukraine and Russia, because this is getting old. All right, Trump, Putin plan Hungary meeting on Ukraine war. Zelensky to visit the White House on Friday. This was today. So Trump says Hungary talks with Putin aim to bring this inglorious war between Russia and Ukraine to an end. President Trump on Thursday said he will meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Hungary in the coming weeks, after first he meets with Ukrainian President Zelensky in D.C. Friday today. In a post on social media platform Truth Social, Trump said that a meeting of our high-level advisor led by Secretary of State Marco Rubio will meet next week, though the destination has not yet been confirmed. President Putin and I will then meet in an agreed-upon location, Budapest, Hungary, to see if we can bring this inglorious war between Russia and Ukraine to an end, he said. President Zelensky and I will be meeting tomorrow in the Oval Office, where we will discuss my conversation with President Putin and much more. I believe great progress was made with today's telephone conversation. So this was pretty much a report that came from Fox News today, saying that President Trump will meet with Putin in the next couple of weeks in Hungary, talking about a possible peace deal between Ukraine and Russia. But at the same time, you got Zelensky today visiting the White House asking for more weapons. How far are we going to take this? How far the United States is gonna to keep financing this war? I think it's time to President Trump and Russia and Ukraine to give it up and move on. We've been doing this for the last couple of years, and it's complete nonsense. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I really want to see and read your point of view on this matter. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out, and let's see if we can get these peace deals done. Stay safe.